When people think of tractors, they usually imagine a dependable workhorse chugging along the field, pulling plows or hauling heavy equipment. But in the 1970s, a revolutionary idea took root in Montana. What if someone built the largest, most powerful farm tractor the world had ever seen? That dream would eventually become reality with the creation of the Big Bud 16V-747, a machine so massive that even decades later, it still holds the crown as the largest farm tractor ever built. The story begins with the Williams Brothers Farm, a large farming operation in Havre, Montana. The brothers were farming thousands of acres, and the machinery available at the time simply wasn't big enough to handle the workload efficiently. Most tractors could only pull so many plows at once, meaning farmers had to make multiple passes across the same field. This wasted precious time during seeding and harvest seasons. The Williams brothers needed something far stronger, something that could cover wide swaths of land in fewer passes, reducing both labor and fuel costs. In 1977, they approached the Northern Manufacturing Company, later known as Big Bud Tractors, with a bold request: build them a tractor unlike any other. The challenge was immense, but the engineers at Big Bud were eager to prove they could design and construct a machine of unprecedented scale and power. Their mission was not just to make a bigger tractor, but one that could withstand the toughest conditions while remaining practical for everyday farm use. The result was a machine that stood 14 feet tall, 27 feet long, and 20 feet wide. To put that in perspective, it was nearly as long as a semi-truck and about as wide as a small house. The heart of this mechanical beast was a 16-cylinder Detroit diesel engine, producing an astonishing 1,100 horsepower. At a time when most tractors maxed out around 300 to 400 horsepower, this was a leap into uncharted territory. Even the tires on Big Bud 16V-747 were record-breaking. Built by United Tire Company, each one stood 8 feet tall and weighed 1,000 pounds. These giant tires allowed the machine to distribute its weight across the soil, preventing it from sinking while carrying massive loads. When it rolled out of the factory, the Big Bud 16V-747 wasn't just another farm implement. It was a symbol of agricultural innovation and determination. It was designed to pull a 35-foot wide cultivator, covering more ground in a single pass than any other tractor could dream of. Farmers across the country pulled at its sheer size, wondering if they were looking at the future of large-scale farming. But the Big Bud wasn't just about size. It represented a new philosophy. When farming demands grow bigger, so must the tools. The Williams brothers had bet their future on this belief, and the Big Bud 16V-747 was proof they were right.